Oh, cool. Something else I can show you down here?
Oh, no, that's it.
That's a classic right there. Oh, gotcha.
No, come on.
Oh, yeah, take your time.
Ooh, cool.
I'll have this up front if you want to grab it.
Okay.
For sure. If you
All right,
take your
thank
mind,
you.
fine.
All right, good luck. Good luck to you as well. Oh, the big boy.
See you, Mike.
Draw for turn. Put the Cleffa down. DCE. Fossil egg. It's good.
It's an immediate arrow?
Yeah, it's a turn 0 Aerodactyl.
Jesus. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. They're pretty tough to deal with on turn 0. Thinking I'm gonna go into the deck again. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, no. I think let me double check my hand.
Sure.
I might just pass here.
I gotta hope my equally buff isn't prized.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here.
Not really what I wanted to see there. I'm just gonna eat.
Yep. Do a draw. Go DCE. Let's do. I'll do the thing. I'll find the card, and then we'll go from there. So comp search. I will discard arrow and discard.
Particular system or franchise
Psychic.
nature, or what do you collect?
A little bit of everything, but right now I'm on this.
Everything could be dangerous, but so. Oh, geez, nice.
On and off, so a couple things.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of this stuff goes. People in and out. We always joke when it comes to like cards and games. So no one ever really quits. They just take extended breaks. Sometimes life and things get in the way.
Yeah, I just sold.
Case.
Page 2. One of my old co-workers. He sells it for
Very cool.
Yeah.
so he give me 48 cents. So it's like customable type of thing. So I know you try to make a profit and also you try to do
That's what I'm always explaining to people. Even if you sell it, to get, if a console hypothetically selling for $100, people say, oh, you buy it for 80. I'm like, no, like, I could never do that and like say anything. If I sell it online, there's always fees. Even just having
eBay. I'm gonna arrow in.
eBay is about 13 to 50% depending on the item, and then that's not even mentioning shipping it and dealing with BS, people having issues or wanting fixed up. Even just, if I put it for $100 on the counter and I get $100, like sure, but that's in a vacuum, that seems great, but there's quite a lot of overhead to maintain the lines and employees and rent and things. So
I know already. I sold stuff on eBay. I wasn't making a living off of it,
just a little side to kind of
I was selling stuff. If I buy a lot, if I TMT and they got a lot, so I buy a lot just for the TMT.
if you want.
Yeah, just
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I was doing stuff like that, but I was like, you said, hassle.
It can be.
Should be between 20, 30, 40. Fees.
Well, that's what I tell people when I say I'm going to pay like 40 to 60%. It depends on the item, and that basically means that I'm, in a weird way, you're kind of paying me to like do the work and sell it for you, and I'm just like paying you.
Yeah. Even PayPal. The money goes straight to PayPal.
Yeah,
PayPal was charging
PayPal's got to get a fee if you're doing services where anyone that wants to try to friend the family can always use an eyebrow.
Yeah, if you do the work, $10. Why are you charging me 20?
Right. Well, people, yes, definitely.
Totally down.
Guys that come from conventions, there was, I forget what it was, RetroCon.
Yep, I go there every year.
Well, they were all jazzed up because they said, oh, they were selling games at like 90% like eBay price, and I'm just like, man, like, I can't imagine showing up, bringing all your stuff out, you know, having all your items, paying a vendor fee, and then, you know, people just always want some cheaper, like you can't avoid it, like they gotta make deals to make stuff move, but it's a big racket just to get less money, you know, all the same money you get selling it on eBay, like.
Especially
A goat deck? I'll have to take a look at what the format looks like.
GoFormat.net.
I'm not gonna go over there.
What is that?
GoFormat.net.
Okay. Is it really?
There's like, yeah, there's articles talking about recent major events, but there's
There's
also
always
just,
that, like, show me a pile.
every archetype.
It's
It's
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Yeah, so
Crazy
if I'm
low.
over there, I know
What's the,
it's not like
how
I'm
high
over
is the
there on
paywall?
some stuff.
It's not very high. It's like, there's so many cards that have been printed so many times.
That's like, there was a lot of these, like,
that's just how you
video
get
games, definitely have a lot of people in it that are selling stuff that are just doing it as hobbyists, and those guys don't value their
ultra
time,
super
they don't
special
value,
rares of every
like,
card.
their effort, so like,
And it was like 200.
make it harder for the guys that are trying to do this as like a
So like,
That's pretty good.
lowest rarity was like 60, maybe.
I have to be all the time.
So that means
I'm gonna go with a fossil leaf here.
Alright.
Nope. Oh well. We tried. In that case, I will go with a attempt to arrow wing.
Okay.
time to kill in between calls.
That is good. 40 damage.
Oh, that's one of the ones where 6 is
Yeah, I mean, we definitely like being here. I think being situated between like the
All these have the character head as the
they're coming
six.
from like one to get to the other. That one's on the
This was
other
about
side.
2 years ago,
Alright.
and I remember I guess when you guys first opening up with more.
We're gonna go up to the slug.
We were down in Canton a little further, a couple miles down the road from here. Same staff, same owner, same
You're gonna
philosophy,
start
different buildings, a little more easier.
with a fan club.
I definitely like our name a lot. It definitely is pretty clear what's going on here.
And I think that's
IRL, I
me.
know what that means. I'm like, it's not secret, but yes.
My Igloo buff is in the prizes.
Oh man. Yeah, definitely
Well, we
be
didn't want
definitely be
anything
tough.
to like, I don't know, there's a lot of stores, not to hate on anyone, but that are like random material, random fantasy thing, like bronze, you know.
You just gotta play 3 Igloo.
Minotaur, you know, things like that. Like, I don't know. That's a
Take my
little
Clefus
too-
back down to 3 and had a second one at least.
I don't know if you need a second one. This is super rare occurrence.
Uh-huh.
Most excellent? Oh, the grid, yeah.
Plus,
the grid,
I'm the
yeah.
only guy that's like this. Yeah.
It's really good. I just like grid to me. It's not a name that like evokes like cards and names and stuff, but whatever works for them, I guess.
At least until Brian comes to town. This is largely his list until I decided to
Yeah,
mess with it.
there's definitely some guys that used to play there, grew up playing there. That was a big icon.
The power jump left treatment.
I don't even have a his hand is rough right now. Then another one of these guys, I'm gonna trader away a Typhlosion.
But yeah, that's fun.
Another Cindy.
I was on the edge, bro. I was on like actual crack out.
So arrowing is you may flip a coin if heads 80, if tails nothing, or you can just choose not to for 40. Okay.
Sometimes I gotta try to get that Pokemon out as fast as possible. Like if it's like if it has has 70 HP or 80 HP. Sometimes I just go for it.
Well,
That's still such a rare for me. It's either like if I see a game for it, like I've never heard of it.
I was considering just getting rid of that DCE, but like I really have to have everything set up if I manage to get rid of that Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pass, unfortunately.
Draw. I'm gonna drop a fire energy on the Ho-Oh.
Yep.
And I'm gonna retreat.
It's usually like a 3 to 4 multiplier from whatever the loose one is. That's going from like
Stuff
to
like Sonic
shield to getting crazier.
Okay.
And then I'll knock it out with the arrow out.
Okay.
I'll play and then I will also play.
Oh, Sega stuff, that's pretty serious.
Aerodactyl's ability works regardless where it is, not just on the bench, right?
Correct, yeah. Even inactive. It stops if it's asleep, confused, or paralyzed, though.
Not burned.
Oh, at the
Yeah, like burn and poison.
a lot of vendors are very motivated to move some of that like more niche stuff, seals, complete stuff.
Alright, I'm going to gust up
Those
arrow.
kind of vendors do pretty well at.
And I'm going to pass. Not drawing any of the stuff I need here.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so that's a long time. So back to Oakdale.
Oh my god, during the order.
I got it for $85.
A lot of this stuff's been getting crazy too. Yeah, I'm still surprised the amount of like teenagers, youngish kids that want to get like old systems and stuff, and I'm always explaining to mom like it's really cool. I can't recommend trying the retro stuff enough, but this is like getting your kids a used Ford
Go in
Bronco,
with a
like
energy
his
on
first
the
car. They got to be willing to tinker with it a little bit, I definitely had kids that like.
Way different. PlayStation 2.
Item finder.
Loader time on that.
Discard fire.
Yeah.
You used the quick loader.
Oh, your kids have been spoiled by solid state RAM and green. I had a kid that bought a.
Not what I thought, but okay.
Really excited to get a Game Boy. We wanted to get a Game Boy. So great, love to give you one.
good.
He bought it.
Arrow?
Called back a couple days later and said, I think something's wrong with it.
Is that the one that makes me play with my hand?
Doesn't look
No,
very
this
good.
is
I'm
the
like,
one that had this
that's
fossil egg on a
strange.
stick.
Like, I'm sorry, but like you guys have been
Once per
spoiled
turn,
by
I get the effect of
that,
fossil
but
egg.
that
Sort of
is
fossil.
great. That is supposed to
Look
be
at brain
done
offense,
correctly.
search for something that
So,
evolves from.
not everyone's ready for that. And I even
Well,
told
that's
the
responsible.
Alright.
Again, same thing, was like jazzed
And-
up about
and put it into play?
And
Put it into
called
play,
back the
treat
next
it as
day, we're
basic.
Like, hey, like, I don't know
Okay.
if this actually
I will
connects
revive
to my
fossil.
TV. I don't have any of these ports. I only got HDMI. Like, how
That's
can I
good.
connect this? And I'm like, you got to get either like a
Alright.
converter. Most of the aficionados really want like CRT TVs because that's what it's meant to work with, and it generally makes the game look the best. But I'm always cautious with the parents. That I want to do all the homework before you kind of commit here.
I had like an old LCD.
Really, the whole deck is just giving me the worst possible things. Like, it's giving me an energy that, that I can use. It is the least one that I want right now. Because I want to
It's
keep
because
that
of the way it works, it
Aerodactyl
like
out.
reflects it
And
off the
all
screen.
it's
It doesn't work on a screen like this. There's no reflection.
Oh, actually,
So you pull the trigger, the screen like flashes.
no, hold on.
white
I'm sorry.
for a
I'm
second,
sorry.
And that's how it registers for hit.
This
So
is
yeah,
such a
that's
waste.
what I do know.
I'm
It
gonna
doesn't
retreat
work on LEDs.
to here, put a cyclone energy down,
Yeah, it's a little bit.
and retreat.
There you go. That's how you do it.
That's horrible. That feels bad. That feels really bad.
Definitely how that goes.
Oh. Yep, not even enough to use the town V. I'm gonna eat.
Alright.
Yeah, I got a guy that was do some.
Pray for something that can get used.
We had like 2 or 3, and he ended up getting one, working one out of it. So we wanted to see a lot more.
I'm gonna go
I got to try it after big. I honestly don't think I can do it. It's
Time
like,
search.
it's a little too much.
Discard Ammonite.
So it's also like weird, it's all red.
I enjoy playing against the Aerodactyl.
One thing I did, we want to try so bad.
You got the Iggly box?
It's prized.
Oh. Well, Aerodactyl, to be fair, he has 2 Aerodactyls, so you would need 2 Iggly.
I just got the
Excuse me,
second
James.
one.
Yeah,
Did I see the trash card that you were using?
I
Oh,
would've-
trash exchange, yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't prized with my Pokemon
There you
fan
go.
club,
Thanks.
I would have already had an Aerodactyl gone because I had fan club and Gust and Escargot. Well, actually, the only part of the sauce I didn't have was the energy. But Iggly is prized.
I remember buying all of my Nintendo bottles.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Have a good night.
See you, dude.
I remember being like
For alligator went green.
I remember being like $7.99 for a kid.
I sure did.
I'll take it.
That was crazy. I don't know.
Touch. Now, I want to touch. I'm just gonna do that.
There's definitely been a lot of collections that have been sacrificed
Copycat.
to just get to the neck in my buddy's wife. So you have to collect Pokemon and stuff, and goes like you're all eating and talking Pokemon. Yeah, you just have a lot of cards. It's like, I don't know, when my nephew started getting a Pokemon game, all that stuff. I'm like, remember how many cards you had? She's like, yeah. She starts naming cards. I'm like, that card's $50, $100. She's like, reading me, and I'm like, I wouldn't have just given them to him, like, you know, get him some new stuff and just let him start. But she's like they were like Scrooge McDuck. They took everything out of the binders and were like playing in like the pile of cards, and I was like, oh my god, you know, I don't want to tell you what everything's worth. Like, there should have been. Is it up front? Like, there where Josh was? I don't remember if there was one back here.
Well,
Here you go.
Eric had one back here that was like the small box that had like the higher end stuff.
Okay.
Small box, higher end,
Like a fat pack.
like one of these guys.
Yeah.
Fire on the Magma.
I remember there being something around here.
Yeah.
Strength
It
charm on
was
the
over here,
Magma.
but then you guys reorganized it.
If it was like happened, if it was here and Eric left and he moved it around, I honestly don't know. This is
Search, ditching, fire, and Cleffa.
I really don't know. I'll tell you what. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, give me 1 second. Oh well. I don't see it. If you can like somehow see it from over the counter here, like I don't.
It was in a fat pack box. Let me see if you bought it behind the counter.
You got it.
Just to see if you had how many
I'm gonna
basics.
take Energy Stadium and put it out.
Yep.
I'm gonna try for Energy Stadium.
Draft chapter this week. That's literally all it is.
Take that fire back.
I'm gonna just tap out and say,
I'm gonna eat.
Yep.
This is what I sideboarded out against.
equip that to him, and then I'm gonna play away.
For Energy Stadium.
+3/+0.
Take 4.
+1/+0.
Take.
I don't really care about anything else. Plus all your stuff is really.
Take Psychic back.
6.
This is a 3/2 for the rest of the stuff. Well, I guess actually, but I'm playing 3 I really only want to see 2.
Attach Electric to
I'm playing a
Aerodactyl.
fourth in the sideboard, and I'm playing 3 stone. Try some land shenanigans.
And I will pass.
Wolverine's good. It's the same thing, it's just.
I am going
Yeah.
There is a built-in Bluetooth receiver.
It makes, if you need to,
There's 18 total.
this is a really.
Fire.
He's talking, the part he was talking about. Wolverine.
What's up, homie?
Just came from a wake.
Oh man,
Yeah.
sorry.
Coworker suddenly passed.
Alright, I'm gonna Energy Stadium. I'm gonna retreat.
What meltdown specific?
Something happened? Was it old or
And I'm gonna swing for 30, and you can't retreat.
Because you gotta
for sure.
The reason why meltdown's played in Legacy and it's good and back on the branch in Legacy is because of Chalice. Chalice on 2 slots, meltdown is the combo.
Alright, I'm gonna
Oh, Brandon, I had these.
gust up one of these slugs.
Okay.
Because it's X or less. So you can pay 3, 4, 5
I
mana.
will
Chalice
flip for Energy Stadium. It's a 5, so no Energy Stadium this time.
Brotherhood End
I'm
is.
gonna
I think
attach
That would have gotten me that back.
40,
because it's
and then I'll drop a berry on it.
Okay.
Pro play.
Pass. Yeah, welcome to Buried Wings.
That's the berry.
Expect the berry.
That's the berry. Those are the wings.
I know it's artifacts.
What happened to all the energy on it? Did you have 2 ERs? Oh, alright.
What's that? Oh, yeah, no, they're there.
He buries the end.
Yeah. I'm like, what's going on?
You submitted my match?
Alright, let's try it again. I guess this is my retreat engine this game.
Alright.
It feels over after you play
The original text is twice 30 usually gets plus
pain.
We're going to Energy Stadium.
Yeah.
Take that.
We gotta think about the ordering.
And yeah, I'm going to attack for 30, and you can't retreat.
So,
Draw.
What's nice about the Slugma is you can't retreat even if you push my Slugma out.
I'm gonna Energy Stadium.
Yep.
We're gonna heal later, for sure.
Alright.
we go to combat. These 3 elementary
I'm gonna grab a Psychic Energy. I'll attach it.
27 short.
after they come
And I'll hit you for 30.
Alright.
You tell me that's not I was like, what, you ran all joking?
Yeah. I don't have a trade finder. I do not own a trade finder, but I own that first.
I got really lucky.
Fire.
Actually called for a loss.
I don't think I have any
Red finder
energy.
going off every
Not any that can be pulled from Energy Stadium. No. It's just basic. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to attack for 20, and you can't retreat.
Draw. I think I can start flip for Energy Stadium.
2 sets of sleeves.
Yeah, I got 1 in there. I'm gonna flip for Energy Stadium.
Hey, I'll give you a better look at
And
it.
not this time, so I'm still at 50 health.
Sure.
I'll replace the Energy Stadium with the Healing Field.
Okay.
Oh, that's yours.
Oh, yeah.
I will flip for Healing Field. It's good. Down to 30. And then I will hit you for knockout. So anyway, I started swinging. So anyway, I started flapping. Because it's winging.
It's literally all he has to do is just
Fire, energy.
Slapping, flapping, double smacking,
you got the healing field back out.
quacking.
Yep. Town V.
Did Aerodactyl come down turn 0?
Yes,
Sure did.
Yep. I had a fossil egg in hand and I just rolled
Oh.
heads. It was sick.
It worked!
When that happens, it's just like, wow. All right.
Let's
go.
Yeah.
Nothing but skill here.
Flip that coin so good. I guess we'll drop another slug. We'll retreat and we'll deal 20 and really hope that Healing Field doesn't happen this turn.
Draw.
This is still like the first draft.
I will.
Guilty.
Play anything. I will flip for Healing Field. Oh, I already had it die out. Alright.
I think I did put it in
Gross.
You can also Healing Field.
Yeah, I know.
I will wing attack for 30.
All right.
You have any more strength charms?
Yep. One more. I got a handful of slugs.
If you were playing a shotgun deck,
Yep.
then that would be really good.
Healing Fields. Nope.
The bird.
Yep, and 20.
20. Alright, I'm gonna draw. Flip for Healing Field. Okay. This time it didn't happen.
But I also can't really attack for, well, I need one fire energy.
And you do get the knockout.
And you get what?
And you do get the knockout.
That's true, and then I might get an Iggly buff.
I will
Then it's game on.
Yeah.
wing attack for the knockout.
Alright. Doesn't sound like a good cackle.
So anyway, I started flapping.
Jesse's just like, it's working! This is how my deck works!
This is not how my deck works. It doesn't work without being able to evolve
What is this?
into any of these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set that here, and I'm gonna eek. Oh, see, I can't Healing Field. There's nothing
Resistance is
damaged.
Twitch. Weakness is YouTube.
Alright, I'm gonna draw. Watch out. I'm gonna try and Healing Field.
There should be a lot of energy in here. There's just not a lot in the discard.
Healing Field is good. Let's go.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna retreat. Let's go. Let's go, Lugia.
Need to roll 2 heads.
Oh no, I only need to roll 1.
Oh, it's May. It's a May. Alright. That's good. It would actually be bad if it was a force.
Thinking here. I don't know if I need to spend any cards in my hand. As many as there are, I don't need to spend any of them. Alright. We'll attempt to arrow wing. Nope. Nope. Here we go.
Every day, the price is readjusted.
Fire.
I need to teach this guy surf.
Everyone. Yeah, how many are in your hand? Shitload?
1, 2, 3.
Well, let's bring it down to 4.
9, 10,
Bring
11.
it down to Desert Shot.
Yeah, so, because regular, so basically whenever they
There's
say
a lot of
regular
cards.
release, I think is the 11th, so we're, what was the week before? If they're in the computer, we didn't make official announcement, but they are scheduled. We'll probably post about it end of this month. The only thing I really know special about here is that for pre-release, there's going to be 5 different kits.
You're going to ask, do you get to pick which seated kit you get?
I don't exactly know how that's going to work. I'm imagining that a case is going to be, because the case is usually 15 kits, and with 5 tribes, it means there's only going to be 3 of each kit in the case, so
Is it 4 slugs?
I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be able to accommodate, like, if everyone wants one, I will probably pass out the guys while like,
Oh my
it
god.
doesn't matter. It also means that there's going to be.
I'm just gonna.
The other good thing about it is instead of 6
If only.
packs, it's gonna be
Right, we're doing
5
one turn
packs
misplays,
plus
right?
a pack that's
Alright.
going to be like
I'm
themed
gonna
to
eat.
your tribe.
Alright.
So you'll get like a
I'll take misplays for 200.
Yeah, for the usual schedule is going to be Friday at 6,
Alright, I'm
and then
gonna-
Saturday, Sunday 2 and 6 o'clock for pre-release.
I
So
don't
yeah,
need to- I
beginning of
don't
next
need to spend
month.
any cards. I'm gonna just go in with the arrowing again.
I would imagine most people are going to have one they really want to
This is
get.
it.
If they,
The deck
you know,
out's
if people want
coming.
to swap, I don't really care, but I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be able to.
I don't think so.
No, I think you have more cards in your deck now.
The full tilt Cleffa deck out.
Yeah, how it shapes up, but I can't say if I won't be able to give specific kits. So gross. But if people want to swap, then that's fine.
I mean, I had to start flipping tails at some point. I was kidding. Healing field after healing field.
Yeah.
Right, bring them a swap.
Does healing field only work for active? Oh yeah.
Yeah, only active.
Okay.
So you just put up a fatty and then absorb damage. Even scarier if I put a metal in here.
Copy.
Usually-
How many?
2, 3, 4, 5. That's the second consideration because there's 3 psychics in here, 3 basic psychics. I was gonna either drop 1 psychic for because there's 2 of everything else.
Yeah.
So drop 1 psychic for a metal or drop 1 psychic for a 3rd warp.
Metal would be good on the ho-oh, honestly.
Metal's good everywhere
Yeah.
in the stack. Like
But metal, does metal work on ho-oh?
yes, because it's a basic energy type.
Is it? Technically in this
Yeah.
format? Because it was never released as a basic energy in this format.
I don't know, but maybe that's a Brandon question. Does metal count towards rainbow burn?
Because it was never released as a
Are you ever
basic.
planning on selling your
No.
deck?
Alright,
So neither is darkness.
Yep.
So the most you can get is plus 60.
Darkness does add 10.
I have no use for it.
Yeah.
Just not 20.
Yeah, so technically you can get plus
It
60.
uses the wrong formula to get the right
Yeah,
answer.
you can get plus 60,
So-
plus 10 from darkness.
If I could with
Plus-
darkness, then I would be like, all right, darkness, and then just healing field and roll high every turn.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Plus 20 for this energy.
I know that's like
Alright.
the shittiest thing to say, but like, it's the truth.
Gotta keep trying here.
Maybe it's progress.
I've got it there. Gust up the Aerodactyl,
Yep,
and I'm gonna hit it for 30.
yep, it's down.
And now I really, really need this prize to be Igglybuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Which one do you think?
That's probably like
I don't know, man.
a year. So I mean,
Just gonna go with what I normally do.
All right, I'm gonna draw. I will.
I mean, you have actual like good stuff.
Let's see.
No, I copied it from a list. Someone when
Electric here.
Tommy used to be on
I'll
staff
flip
with
reveal
the
shield.
he told me to build this list. So I said okay, so
Yeah,
I built up the store and I bought maybe.
And then I'll just knock you out. Rainbow burn for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
The heavy strong we have in here.
Right.
Is it? Yeah. That's cool. I don't remember.
Alright. It was there. So
But does it matter?
at this point, probably not. But I can turn off Aerodactyl's ability
You can.
to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. So this is like that.
To make that happen. I've really, I mean, it still comes down to Cleffas at this point, unless you can bust out my dudes and get rid of them. But yeah, I'm gonna eat.
Okay.
And eat and pray.
Yeah. Alright, so this is back on.
Eek, pray, sleep.
Because it's got other stuff nearby? Yeah. Okay.
Is that mine? Okay. On my top 4 cards in my library, one, I can put up to 1 card on top of my library.
First, I'm going to put a psychic on here.
Jesus.
So we've got every type, because then this counts for grass and this counts for water.
Yep, so 90 damage.
Then I'm going to...
With the darkness, that's 100. With a plus power, that's 110. And with a strength charm, that's 120.
February 2023.
Did you knock out everything in format?
$25.
Ditching these.
So, yeah, if you got credit, I would take 25 credit or 20, I don't know, cash, I guess.
I was gonna say, I just went to Reno.
I was like,
today. So if you want to-
nobody makes me drive my own car. I was like, am I coming here?
Yeah. I'm checking the price on this for you.
I came from
BLS. Well, that's the BLS.
That's for slabs.
Not a lot.
It's a slab, so
The heavy strong damages is $15.
Alright, I
It's one
tried.
of those that has like a.
There's 2 things that I could have done to get a secondary
It has
rifle.
a
I didn't draw 'em.
yeah, inside it.
So I'll try to rainbow that.
Alright.
Isn't that insane?
Yep.
Alright.
This is now
Good game, man.
Good game.
There's a Lugia.
Yeah.
Yep, I had another one. I could gust out the arrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
My other 2 arrows were in the discard pile because I discarded one super early.
Yep.
So I was looking for my town V so I could shuffle it back in with the Ammonite.
Here.
Or just draw another item finder.